Welcome back to Redirecting. I'm going to be talking about the new film that is coming out called Loqueesha. That trailer was shared with me, and I just want to give my 2 cents on it. First of all, there are a couple of things that comes to mind, okay? Before I get into what comes to mind, for those of you who don't know, Loqueesha is a movie where a white man is pretending to be a black female, okay? That's what the movie is about. And so, of course, most people, they take offense to those types of things. But let me tell you why I don't take offense to this particular movie. I saw the trailer. It's not something that is of interest to me as far as a film. Okay, but looking at the trailer, it just kind of shows you the direction they're going with the movie. And for the most part, again, it is a white man playing the role of a black female with all of the slang, ghetto talk, and all of that. And he's going to, just as a little spoiler, he's going to be like a radio personality answering questions for people that call in. Okay. And so what comes to mind for me right away is the movie Associate. It's almost like a play-by-play of the movie Associate. This is where Whoopi Goldberg, she was giving sound advice, financial advice. And because she was a black female, it wasn't being accepted from her. Okay. But as a white male, things were totally different, giving the same advice, but she was a white male. And she gave herself the name Robert Cuddy. And so she became very sought after as a white male by the name of Robert Cuddy. She had to dress the part and all of that to continue her little charade. But as the black female, she wasn't accepted as an expert in finance. Okay. And then also what comes to mind is the movie White Chicks. And so many times we will get up in arms over things that are just not necessary, Now, there are so many things that are happening to where it is understandable if we take offense to them and we're upset by them. To me, this is a little different than blackface. Of course, with blackface, there were some attempts to just really belittle and degrade us. Okay. Now, many will say the same thing with this movie, Loqueesha. But again, if you want to be fair about things, look at the movie Associate. It's the exact same thing, but flipped around. Whereas in the movie Associate, you had a black female who pretended to be a white male so that she can be successful. Now, in this movie, you have a white male pretending to be a black female so that he can be successful. Because as a white male, his advice is not being taken, but as a black female, it is. And there's humor to it. Okay? Now, like I said, there are so many things that we can be upset about as a people. The treatment of our people in this country. I mean, the utter racist behavior that comes against us. I mean, so many different things. Crime in our own communities against one another. Our children failing profusely and falling by the wayside. I mean, just so many different things we should and could be upset about. And so I don't think the movie Loqueesha is one of those. I don't think we should be so upset and bothered by this to the point of popping a blood vessel. I mean, come on now. I've seen so many things in the black community that are far worse than to even put any type of concentration on the movie Loqueesha. As a matter of fact, I don't even think it's worth going to see. That's just my opinion. The trailer is enough to show me that it's just another silly film that for some, they're going to take offense. Some's going to think it's funny, and just a number of different emotions already being stirred up about the film. I mean, it is what it is. If you want to go see it, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I mean, it's just not the type of thing that I would take interest in. I would have to be bored out of my mind to watch something like that. I'm just being honest with you, Thank you to the person who shared it with me. I don't have a problem with that at all. I'm just giving my take on a film like that. Okay, we have so many things as a people that we need to pay attention to. I think a lot is being ignored in our communities. I remember I did a piece, Children by the Wayside, and it talked about how black children are falling by the wayside. And for some odd reason, stuff like that is not of interest to our people, where we're talking about how our children are crying out for help. They're saying, raise me, love me, teach me something. But that particular video didn't get a whole lot of attention at all. Children by the wayside, right? But if we say something about a white person killing one of our children, then our people as a whole, they get up in arms, upset, bothered, twisted all up in their mind about it. Rightfully so, rightfully so. But my thing is this, when you look at Children by the Wayside, this is where it gets into our own environment, and it says, look, this is where we are falling short. This is where we need to improve. This is where we need to do better. But that one didn't get much play at all. And so then that shows me that there is a disconnect even with us as a people, that we get really upset when others do things, but we're doing the same things to each other, you see. And then we see a movie like Loqueesha and we're boycotting and getting angry. I mean, I feel like this, if you're going to boycott something, boycott Chase Bank and all of these businesses that continue to disrespect us. Boycott them. But the movie Loqueesha, get real, okay? We need to pick our battles. And sometimes, unfortunately, we pick the wrong ones. We pick the wrong things to get upset about. I'm like, as a people, we need to concern ourselves more with our future and the future of our children and how things are going to play out if we continue on this path that we're on. As a whole, we are not on the right path. We are not. And I'm talking worldwide. I'm not just talking about here in the U.S., but worldwide, so-called black people are not on the right path. And this is why so many are being judged. Scripture says judgment begins with the house of Yah. We've all got to open up our eyes and realize that there is something for us to do. There is work to be done. And unfortunately, not enough of us are doing the right work. I just wanted to share this with you, this movie Loqueesha, and you can share your thoughts in the comment section. I don't mind if people don't agree with me. Some of you may say, well, I'm offended by it. That's fine. That is perfectly fine with me. But for me, I'm not offended by it, especially when you compare it to Associates and White Chicks, where black people did the same thing. Okay? All right, family, with that, I will say shalom. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.